What's going on, guys? It's Coach New back in the building with another one. And as usual, it's going to be jam packed full of jewels. And your time is always appreciated because you could be doing anything, but you're here with me checking out these reviews. It's another wild and crazy one, man, about a cop who's accused of rape and then he shoots himself when they got on his heels, man. He got into a pursuit and he couldn't stand the heat, so he tried to get out the kitchen. But let's check it out.
You're following breaking news. Police in Oregon confirming just hours ago that a former cop, an accused child rapist at the center of a massive manhunt, shot himself earlier today, and the one-year-old boy he kidnapped is safe. Now, police say it happened as they were chasing Elias Huizar in a car near Eugene, Oregon. They say he shot himself in the head, but it's unclear what his condition is right now. Now, this is a look at a very active scene where that manhunt ended not too long ago.
All right, man, it's crazy how it even started. This dude did something to a kidnapped a 1 year old, bro. Probably and accused of doing something to the little 1 year old, man. I mean, being a former cop, bro, like we all know that all cops aren't bad, so you know what I'm saying? We probably just gotta chalk this one up to it was just a bad person, man, in a position that he really shouldn't have been in. And does it give, cops kind of a bad name? Yeah, a little bit. And then we also know that, all people aren't the same, man. Like I said, so it's just a person who was in a position of power and he abused it. And it just so happened to be that he was a cop, man, or a former cop. So, you know, his actions, show that he wasn't mentally or spiritually, just conscious of the decisions that he makes, man. And, see what a split second decision can do, man. Everything, all the problems he caused just to be selfish, man. And it never ends well when you're a type of person who thinks like that, man. When you're a selfish person, when all you think about is yourself, you don't think about other people or, even the future for yourself. You're really just living in a moment, man. And then it comes down to him trying to unalive himself, man, because he made so many dumb decisions and then he didn't want to face the consequences of those decisions that he made.
Oh, and it's all going down on Interstate 5 in Oregon. You see a bunch of police cars and officers surrounding that scene. Now, this all started yesterday after investigators say Weezer shot and killed his ex-wife outside of an elementary school in West Richland, Washington. They later found the body of his girlfriend at his house during a search, and then they realized a one-year-old named Roman Weezer was missing, leading to an Amber Alert. Now,
and so this dude, that's two women because he shot his wife outside of the school and then went to the crib and they found this girlfriend. Like this bro, he's not living in reality. He thinks this is a movie or something. Like this is man. And it's a prime example of mental health. You know what I'm saying? And spiritual health. You gotta believe in something. Some people don't believe in anything. And I don't think he believed in anything because he didn't have any kind of morals or any kind of conscience. He's just a renegade out here, man, doing all type of crazy stuff, making negative decision after negative decision. And then in the end, he didn't want to deal with it. So he tried to unalive himself, man, and wasn't really too good at that because he might be in critical condition or something. They don't know, but if he would have been dead, they would have said that.
Happened as Weezer was supposed to be in court yesterday on charges of child rape from an incident in February where he allegedly sexually assaulted a teenage girl. It is a lot to break down. So NBC News correspondent Elwin Lopez joins us now. First off, Elwin.
And so he should have been locked up already. He shouldn't even have been out because of the charges that he was allegedly facing, with the little girl that he sexually assaulted. man, and then when people like this get a chance to be out, it just makes it, man, it just nobody's gonna look at you the same anyway, man. And then for him to do that, something to the 1 year old, we know that allegedly, like it, yeah, it was you. You did that to that little girl, man. You're not in your right mind, man, to be doing stuff like this, making all these crazy decisions, man. Like it's mental health, man, and some people they want to be like that. They don't want any help. They don't want to change, and this is a clear example of that. This guy didn't want to change. He didn't want help. He wanted to live life like it was a movie, and you only get one. So when karma hits and reality hits, man, and when you done living in a moment, because it's gonna come to an end one day, one way or the other, if you wanted to or not, man. Once this guy realized that he wasn't he was a evil person, but it wasn't a movie, and he tried to, like I said, unalive himself, man.
What do we know about his condition? He shot himself, and what do we know about the condition of the baby here?
Yeah, well, look at how busy that interstate was. So all of this happened during a busy time in Eugene, Oregon, and it happened after a police pursuit. So what we know from police is that he shot himself. They're saying that his condition is unknown, so they're not saying whether he's dead or not at this moment. The good news here is that 1-year-old boy is safe and sound in police custody, but again, we don't really know exactly the details as to how this police pursuit occurred specifically, whether he was seen in surveillance cameras or not, whether someone called, spotted. We know that he initially fled the scene in a Toyota Corolla, a silver Toyota, and then they spot him in Portland in a black sedan. So we don't really know the details as to what happened after he fled the scene, simply that he was spotted in Portland, and then of course everything ended, that whole manhunt that literally, stretched from Washington to Oregon, and we know that U.S. Marshals and FBI were involved, finally ended today.
Yeah, they was on him. That's what happened. They was on his heels, man. When you do something so stupid and idiotic, when you're not thinking clearly, then of course people are gonna notice that, man, and they're gonna come after you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know that you have some type of problem, bro. From you unaliving a woman in broad daylight, and then you unaliving your girlfriend at the house, kidnapping a 1-year-old, already being charged for sexual assault on a 13-year-old. Like, the more they say, the worse it gets for this dude, man. It's like, damn, you don't have a conscience. You don't care. It's a prime example of that, man. Shouldn't even have been out, man, to be able to do half of the things that he did, man. It's just a shame, bro. Like, that it's even people in the world that even think like this, man. It's a prime example of you not caring about anybody, not even yourself. Because somebody who cares about themselves, they're not thinking like this, man. They're not thinking about putting anybody's life in danger or their life in danger or anybody's life in jeopardy. They're thinking about the future. They're thinking about building, thinking about, being a leader, being a positive example in the community, especially for the children. And this guy had a position where he worked with kids, and he just took complete advantage of that, man, and to, in a negative way. And man, it's just really, it's sad, man. And like I said, he should have been locked up, because this would have never happened. Yeah, the little 13-year-old girl, but it would have stopped there if, he would have been in jail until his court date, man.
And Ellen, just looking at the details of this case, it's a lot to take in. You got allegations of child rape, of murder, of kidnapping. How did this all start?
It started because he wasn't in his right mind to begin with. It started because there's somebody who took advantage of the situation that he was in, and being a former police officer, You know, having that kind of trust with the community and with the people, in the town or whatever. And then him just not caring about anything. That's really how it started, man. Him thinking that he was untouchable at some point and, nothing could happen to him. And his negative decisions just got worse and worse over time, man. That's how it started. And, how it starts is how it ends, for real. So if you be on negative stuff all the time and you think like that, that becomes your reality, man. And if you're positive, if you do positive things, that becomes your reality, man. So we know that's how it started, man. Him being just the kind of person he was, not mentally or spiritually conscious of anything, for real. And it shows here today.
So to get a full picture as to how this all took place, we have to go back to February. That's when he was accused of child rape. He pled not guilty, but in court documents, it alleges that he sexually assaulted an underage girl at his home while she was sleeping.
So to even be accused of something like this, man, you're not in your right mind. You're a messed up person, bro. Because anybody in their right mind, they not thinking about assaulting a 13-year-old, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have kids and a leader for them, and we all know that kids look up to us. They want to be like us, you know what I'm saying? And they soak up everything, man. And now he even traumatizing that 13-year-old, man, that should have raised red flags right there. Like, who is gonna let somebody be around their kids after you being accused of something like that? And it doesn't matter if it's a 1-year-old or what, boy or girl, this dude is just a menace to society for that, man. It's crazy.
The one thing to point out here is that at that home, he was living with another underage girl that he met while he was a school resource officer at her middle school, and that he shared a 9-month-old at the time with her. So,
where is the parents at? Like, where are they at? Where the little girls? Where are all the real adults at in this situation, man? This shit is crazy. Like I said, the more that they talk, the worse it gets for this dude, man. He should have been locked up, man. That's all I can say about that, man. Like, this is just a prime example of him not wanting anything positive in his life, man. It's a sick individual, man, hurting everything and everybody he can for his own personal satisfaction, man. It's a good thing that they caught up to him though, so he couldn't keep making the situation worse or traumatizing young people, old people. Like, man, that's crazy. And where were this little girl's parents at, man? You living with her and you got a baby with her? Man, that's a red flag right there, man. Like, damn, this dude, he was just wilding out.
That is what took place at that moment. And then after that is when police say he was set to appear in court on Monday.
For one of those charges?
Yes, for that charge. And instead, on that day, he went to the school where his ex-wife works. According to police, he shot and killed her there. And then police obtained a search warrant. They went to his home later that day, and that's when they found his girlfriend dead. So they believe he killed not only his ex-wife, but his girlfriend as well, and then took off with that 1-year-old boy.
What else do we know about his background? A former cop, a school resource officer at a middle school. What else can you tell us?
So I called Yukaima Police Department and talked to them about his history. So he had been employed for 9 years, and when they told me that he resigned, I asked, why did he resign? Was there something going on? They said, well, he did face disciplinary action right before he resigned. And when I asked specifically what that was in regard to, they did not elaborate, right? So we do know that he's 39 years old. that he did have that disciplinary action. He resigned after that, but he was a school resource officer and worked at the school as recently as last year.
I mean, it just seems like red flag after red flag
Absolutely.
after red flag.
Absolutely.
Ellen, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You know, like I always say, man, the decisions you make affect you and everyone around you, man. And this is the importance of having and being mentally, physically, and spiritually conscious, bro, and what you're doing, and you know the kind of impact that you have on your community, on the young kids, man, and especially when people trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be a leader, man. This is, especially as a man, bro, we're the leaders, head of the household, and we have to set the best example we can for people, man. And you should just want to do it for yourself too, for real though. Like, because if you can't do it for yourself, if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else, man. And this is a prime example of that too, man. Like, if you're not mentally right upstairs, man, you're not gonna be able to take care of nobody else, or even he shouldn't even have been able to be around other people, especially children. You know what I'm saying? Like, then this dude had the nerve to have a wife and a girlfriend. Like, man, some people just need to be in a padded room, locked up, bro. Like, this is real mental health issues, man. But like I said, man, life is what you make of it, man. And he didn't make the best of it. He kept making negative decisions, and let that be an example, man, of what happens when you live in the moment, man, and you don't care about anybody else but yourself. So I'm Coach Nuke, man, and like, share, comment, subscribe if you're digging this kind of content, man. And thanks again for coming in here, checking out these reviews, man, because you could have been doing anything, but you're here with me. And until next time, I'm out.